Hey guys, it's Destiny back with another video, and you're watching the Decimania channel on YouTube. And earlier I watched the press conference, or press event, whatever they were calling it, for WrestleMania 40. And I have a lot to say about that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But tonight, as usual, TNA. Tonight's episode was alright. I noticed something though, and we're going to talk about it here in a little bit. And there is a little bit of TNA news, so we'll just get into it now before we start. But before we start this entire video, please do me a favor and please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, comment down below. Go check out some of my other stuff. If you like my TNA reviews and if you watch TNA, please hit the like button. And let's get into it. First, before we get into the review, it was announced earlier this week that Scott D'Amore, former president, and I say former president of TNA, was fired for some reason. I don't know why it happened. I don't know what happened. This is weeks after they rebranded back to TNA. I don't know what made this happen. I don't know what happened here. Is this going to affect their business going forward? I sure hope not. Is this going to negatively affect them? I hope not. Apparently a lot of people in TNA are upset. But I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, this is your TNA wrestling review for February 8th, 2024. You're watching the Decimania channel on YouTube, and let's get right into it. First up, we had Chris Sabin, who we'll be talking about again later. We had Chris Sabin, X Division champion, taking on John Skyler, sorry, wrong person. It was a pretty good match. Sabin won. Some of the backstage stuff tonight was just kind of eh. I liked all the in-ring action stuff. The thing I did like, though, I liked that Jake something confronted Frankie Kazarian, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We had a debut in TNA tonight, which we'll get to, but I'm not going to talk too much about the backstage stuff, because I don't even remember. I was kind of thinking about the press conference. I did catch who all won their matches. Xia Brookside was in action against Tasha Steelz. Tasha Steelz won that match. It was alright. Oh yeah, the ABC, they had a backstage segment and a backstage brawl also with the Grizzled Young Veterans, who got the first win in the best of 3 tag team title series. It also kind of reminds me of Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, except they had a best of 5 series. I'm trying to think if there was any other situations like this in TNA. I think there was, let's see. There was a couple best of 5 series. There was the one between the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, which we just referenced. Let's see, there was the best of 5 series between Austin Aries and Bobby Roode and the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. Y'all remember Davey Richards? Him and Eddie Edwards used to be part of a team called the Wolves. Speedball Mike Bailey took on Zachary Wentz and was attacked by Trey McGill on the outside, and then Trent Seven came back. Trent Seven is back, and then Macklin came out. I forget who won this match. I think Speedball did. Yeah, I think so. Or was it a DQ? So actually, I didn't really pay much attention to this match, but I did see where Trent Seven came back and helped Mike Bailey, and then Steve Macklin got involved. They started the beatdown, and then Nick Nemeth came out, put him in his place. Sorry. I've just got the freaking press conference on my mind. Not taking anything from TNA tonight, but I just didn't. It just wasn't that interesting to me, knowing what we know now about WrestleMania and the questions we still have. Not that it wasn't a good show, I just didn't have the interest in it that I maybe should have. And I apologize, because it was a freaking great show. And let's see, we had Trinity and Jordan Grace taking on the Shantaraj, Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans. Trinity and Grace won with the Starstruck. I'm assuming this is a taping. She's back in WWE now, right? Like, she's officially back with WWE? I believe so. Rhino and Crazy Steve, they had a segment. Well, it was more like Rhino basically telling them they wanted a shot at the digital media title. So we only have 3 matches so far announced for No Surrender. We'll hear from Dana Brooke next week on the show. We'll just run down next week's card. So we got so far. We have the Best of 3 series will be happening. The second match between the ABC and GYV. Frankie Kazarian will be taking on Jake Something, and Moose will be taking on Kushida, who came out earlier tonight. And I'm gonna talk about this. There's something that I noticed in the past couple weeks. And we'll get to it, but Khan then had a match with a couple of jobbers. I can't remember their names. It didn't even last. It maybe lasted 5 seconds. They lost, whoever they were. And then PCO came out after he destroyed both of them again. And these guys, I'm actually kind of interested in this feud, because he turned on Diener last week and he took out PCO. He's calling himself the baddest man in TNA. And PCO and Khan are beating the crap out of him, or of each other. And security tried to come out. Yeah, like, that's gonna work. getting PCO and Khan away from each other? Yeah, okay. Good luck. I'm excited to kind of see where that one heads. The system aren't really doing it for me. They're just a bunch of typical heels. They're just, I don't know. Something's missing. Something's missing. Yeah, and Moose is a world champion. You know, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards are there. Alicia Edwards is also there. So, I don't know. This is just a typical heel faction. This isn't really doing it for me. I almost liked the I don't know. I almost kind of liked Bully Ray and Steve Macklin's alliance a little better. Frick, I liked Aces and Eights better. I liked Aces and Eights a lot better. And now that I can go back and watch all those episodes on TNA Plus, I will be doing a rebooking of Aces and Eights at some point down the road. Don't know when, don't have a timeline, but once I can work out a good story that I want to change about Aces and Eights and stuff, I will be doing that. So that is coming, just don't know when. It won't be for a while though. I'm still trying to navigate on TNA Plus. See, I don't know how many of you guys have it. We'll get back to the show in a second, but I don't know how many of you guys have it, TNA Plus, but how do you get past the stuff? How do you get to before 2015 without searching it? Because it only takes me to like January 7th of 2015, and then it stops on my phone. So is there a way to do that? Like, are they still trying to work the kinks out, or what? I'm on the Asylum years, and I did manage to get to the, I had to search it, to the Impact dating back to 2004. And I know I see all the pay-per-views, but where can how can I make it easier? Is there a way to do that, or do I just have to get lucky and hope that I find it? I don't know. You guys tell me. Like, how do I navigate this app better? So, man. No Santino on the show tonight, which was interesting. We had a segment between AJ Francis. I was thinking about freaking JJ Dillon earlier because he was on an episode of the Asylum years, the NWA TNA weekly shows I was watching earlier. But anyway, AJ Francis, Joe Hendry, and Rich Swann. So we don't know really what side he's on in this. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. I like Joe Hendry. I liked his team with Yuya Uemura. It sucks that had to be so short. But I like Joe Hendry. Alan Angels took on Josh Alexander. Alexander won the match with an ankle lock and then was attacked from behind by who they said at first was a fan, because he had a hood on or something. And he takes it off, and it's Simon Gotch of the Vaudevillains, which is interesting because Matthew Raywald, he was Aiden English in WWE. He's would have been the father-in-law or son-in-law of Eddie Guerrero. And I guess he still is, since he's married to Eddie Guerrero's daughter. Oh, frick, that's sad. That's kind of interesting, because now it makes you kind of wonder, I mean, I don't know, is Aiden gonna get back in the ring? or is Matthew Raywald going to get back in the ring, so to speak? Are they going to reunite, or is he going to just stay on commentary? Kind of curious about that. We had Eddie Edwards versus Alex Shelley. Alicia Edwards kept getting involved in the match, and Shelley was able to overcome the odds, and he won. Sorry. And then Brian Myers came out, Moose came out. They all started attacking Shelley, and then Kushida and Kevin Knight came out. Where's Sabin in all this? I don't know if this has anything to do. These stories don't really have anything to do with each other on the surface. Like this story they're telling with Alan Angels and Josh Alexander and the System and all these guys. But I am kind of starting to wonder, because I'm thinking back to something that Tom Hannafin said on one of the pay-per-views. I don't remember which one. I think it was I don't know what the pay-per-view, he said it a while back. Said it on one of the shows that it was Chris Sabin who kind of, told Josh Alexander, hey, use option C, use option C. I kind of wonder now, is Sabin gonna maybe turn heel? He will be facing Mustafa Ali at No Surrender. So I wonder if what happens is he loses the X Division title and comes out, and maybe Shelley wins the title and then Sabin attacks him, or Sabin costs him the title. I don't know. I might be overthinking this. I might be completely wrong about that. But that's something that could happen. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to throw that out there. And that was your TNA review for February 8th, 2024. It was a pretty good show. My interest was the press conference, but we'll get into that tomorrow. It was a good show. I liked it. I liked what they gave us. And No Surrender, so I think No Surrender and Elimination Chamber on the same weekend. So luckily No Surrender's on a Friday. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up, review the show, and then I'm going to give the No Surrender predictions in the same video. And then on Friday of next weekend, I'm going to do my Elimination Chamber predictions. I think that's how I'm going to do that. But anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow to talk about the press conference. And a lot of questions were unanswered. We know who Cody is facing now, but there was some interesting stuff that went down, and we'll talk about it all tomorrow. But for now, have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all. Please subscribe to the channel and help me grow. Please. And thank you. I'll see y'all later. Peace.